Today, you're going to see how easy it is to send out customized emails to students or parents directly from Google Sheets. Hi, I'm Ryan, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Formule add-on for Google Sheets. It allows you to send out customized emails directly from Google Sheets. You can use this to remind students of upcoming events or to customize results from assessments, and so on and so forth. First up, we need to have a Google Sheet. And I put together a nice little sheet of my class. I have 20 students in here. I have the students' emails, which these don't work, but for today, that's fine for us. And this one that starts with training is going to be our parent emails. Today, our example is going to be sending out emails to parents to remind them of their scheduled parent-teacher conference. It's a good idea as a teacher to create a spreadsheet like this that you'll just make copies of throughout the year for certain activities or events. I made up a class sheet. And then whenever I do these examples, I just have to copy this sheet into a new one, and I can use it for all sorts of neat little things. Undocumented tip that I wasn't planning on covering: create a database basically of your class, and you can add other information onto here so you can reuse it for other things. So first thing we need to do is we need to tell these parents when their parent-teacher conference is. So I'm going to put in here scheduled, and we're just going to write down the dates of their parent-teacher conference. And you can format, how you format these is how it's going to import into the spreadsheet. So you might want to do something different, or you might have it already, because it's going to take a lot of time to type in dates as I'm doing it here. If you had collected the dates, this is probably more likely how you collected the dates. Here's a Google Sheet tip for you today. If I just grab this one and drag it down, it's going to add on a date for both of those. We don't want that. If I grab and highlight two of them, and all I did was clicked on this first one and drag it down and then let up on my mouse, now if I click hold of the little guy here at the bottom, it's going to duplicate that all the way down. And that's what we want to do. If you give it an example, let's do that one again, because that was pretty cool. So I started these out as half-hour increments. If I click and drag to select those three, now if I drag that down, boom, it automatically did all those half-hour increments. So we have our date and we have our time, and now we're ready to create our email to send out to our parents. We're going to use an add-on, and add-ons add on functionality to whatever document, whatever application you're using. In this example, it's going to be Google Sheets. We click on add-ons, and then we click on get add-ons, and in the search app, we're going to do Formule, and there it pops up. There's a little plus thing right here, and we're going to add it. Install. And this is good. It's going to ask you for the permissions that it needs access to. Read all of those to make sure you're comfortable. Now Formule is installed. And so we have the uninstall button. We don't want to do that. If I go to add-ons, there is the Formule. First thing we're going to do is set up. Choose our source data and set merge type. We'll cover what those mean. Which sheet has our information? And we only have one, sheet one. So we're going to select sheet one. These two we're not worrying about. So don't worry about this form trigger or time trigger. We want to send for all rows because we want to send for everything that we are doing. So select merge source, and how we're going to merge. We selected our sheet one, and then we said send for all rows. Now we're going to edit our templates. Templates is the email that we're going to send out to everybody. Who are we going to send it to? I can click over here on parent. My cursor's in two, so I want to send it to parent email. I can also CC it to the students if I want, but we're not going to do that because my student emails don't exist and I don't want to get a bunch of bounces. Subject, parent teacher conference coming up. And in the body is where we put our email that we wanted to send. The parent teacher conference for first name. And when I click on first name, it's going to throw in the student's first name here. Now it puts in the name of the column, so you'll have to delete that. But we want to keep the less than first name greater than. That will be replaced with the first name of the row. Is scheduled for, we're going to put day, and then we still have to go up here and delete the day part, at time. We have to delete the column, which is kind of a pain, but so our emails is the parent teacher conference for first name is scheduled for this day at this time. Be sure to bring your students class workbook and class workbook. Be sure to bring your students, and let's get this with some sort of proper grammar. Be sure to bring your students class workbook. I can't wait to see you. Ryan. Or probably want to do Mr. Collins. So our email is basically going to throw in that information into there. Once I have that written, save and send all, and it's going to send out 20 emails. And actually, you'll get a chance to verify that this is what you want to send. So you can cancel on this next screen that pops up. So I can hit cancel if I'm not ready to send this, but right now I'm going to be ready to send this. So if I did hit cancel, it goes back to my spreadsheet, but I can go back right to preview and send all, and I'm right back to where I was. So I can hit send now, and you'll notice it shows you the messages. So here's Frida's parent-teacher conference coming up. Parent-teacher conference for Frida is scheduled for 11:15:20 at 8 a.m. Be sure to bring your students' class workbook. Parent-teacher conference for Erica is scheduled for 11:15:20 at 8:30. So it throws in the student's name and the time of the schedule. So we'll just hit send now. Should have deleted some rows out of here so we didn't have to sit through all this, but ta-da! And it throws in this little send status. That's what it uses to know that it sent out the email too. Oh, and I did not track those down far enough to get the last. So those are going to be blank. And if I go to Gmail, this method of addressing, training, and then the plus, and then a alias, I'll do a video on this later, but plus aliasing lets me send out these emails. So it's going to go to it's going to go to whatever the account is before the plus. And if you notice, I got emails. So here's Benita's. The parent-teacher conference for Benita is scheduled for 11:15 at 12:30 p.m. Be sure to bring your students' class workbook. I can't wait to see you. Now, if one of these changes, let's say Frida's changes, and it's on the 16th now, and I want to resend this after I make that change, all I have to do is clear this cell that has the send status in it, and when I go to run it again, preview and send all, it's going to notice that that one hasn't been sent. Number of emails from, it only has one, and it has her new schedule, 11:16:20. And now it's sent. So this was about how you can use Formule and Google Sheets to send out email merges to various people. In this example, it was parent-teacher conferences, but you could also use it to email your students on upcoming things that are happening, or to give them scores for tests, because one column could be a test score, and they could email and get that email message. You can get fancier with your emails and base things that you wanted to say about their score on based on how they got their score, or put customized little messages in there for them. So it's very, very powerful once you get used to it. But until you get some practice with it, start out simple. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also check me out at educate.me. Stay classy.